Hi yogis, and welcome to Zen with Jen. My name is Jennifer Coffey. In this video, by popular request, we're going to do chair yoga. Now, chair yoga is perfect for those either with mobility or flexibility issues, those who aren't quite ready or would rather not get down on the floor onto a mat. But it's actually perfect for even advanced yogis or those who have been practicing yoga for many years. If you find yourself in a seated position throughout the day, likely over time you find yourself hunched over, you feel very tight, and by the end of the day, even the mildest stretch feels like a bit of a strain. So if we take just a few moments each day to engage in some yoga practices while we're seated, it can have a huge impact on your day-to-day life in the chair and outside of it. So all you're going to need, as you can see, is a chair. I prefer you don't use one with wheels on the bottom, so if you're in an office situation, try to find a chair that's a little bit more stable. You can have a cushion or not. I'm going to have mine angled so you get a better look at what I'm doing. But once you're in your seat, move forward about halfway to 2/3 towards the front of the chair so we're not flush to the back. We'll have our feet flat on the floor. Palms can be either down or up on your thighs. Roll your shoulders back. Look ahead of you. And let's just take a few moments to become centered. Especially if you're doing this in your workplace, you want to try to shut out a little bit of the chaos and the noise. I'm sure it's still there. Close your eyes if you like, and let's take a few deep breaths, starting in the lower abdomen and bringing the air up into our chest and imagining it into our shoulders. We'll start now. Inhale. Exhale. Again. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Let's bring our hands and arms down to our side, palms facing forward. And on the next inhale, we'll reach up and overhead, looking up. Take our right hand, wrap it around our left wrist, and gently guide that left hand over our right shoulder, getting a nice side stretch through the left side. You can look up if you like. Exhale, hands are up above our head again. This time we'll alternate. Take the left hand over the right wrist and a gentle, not a yank or a pull, just enough to where you feel that stretch on the side, remembering that everybody has different levels of flexibility and mobility, and none are right or wrong. Inhale, hands up overhead, and exhale, hands in prayer to heart center. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, sweep hands and arms up overhead. Right hand to left wrist, side stretch. You might find you can go a little deeper this time. The more we stretch, the more our muscles say, oh, yes, please. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, left hand to right wrist, side stretch there. Inhale, hands up, maybe look up, and if you feel like it, arch the back just a little bit. Oh, that's good. Exhale, palms in prayer to heart center. Now let's take a moment, just like we do in our mat yoga practices, to think of an intention, a word or a phrase that we want to carry with us throughout the day. And of course, if you're at work and in your office chair, you probably know immediately what that might need to be, right? Patience, calm, giving yourself grace to tackle everything that needs to be done. I'm going to choose giving myself grace. With that intention in mind, let's inhale again, bring our hands and palms up. Only this time, when we bring our hands down, let's do so behind our head. If that's too much of a stretch across the front of your chest or the backs of your shoulders, maybe relax your arms down and bring your hands by your ears like this. I'm going to take them behind my head, and on the inhale, we'll stretch and imagine our hands or arms are wings, opening those up opening up the chest, bringing the heart forward. Exhale. Now close those wings and arch just a little bit. Let's not pull our head down. We don't want to strain the neck. It's just about getting a good stretch on the back of our cervical spine. Inhale, open those wings. Exhale, close the wings. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Hands and arms by your side. Now let's inhale up again. This time bringing our arms down, we're going to take our right hand to our left knee and our left arm back to the back of your chair. If you'd like, you can rest it behind your seat or even on your side, just depending on your level of flexibility. And then we'll give a gentle twist to the left side. If you want to aspire to looking over that left shoulder, that's fine. If all you can do is the subtlest of stretch, looking off to your left a little bit, that's more than fine too. Again, the more we stretch, the easier it gets. Inhale, arms up. Now let's do the other side. Left hand to right knee, right hand comes back, looking over our right shoulder, or at least in that direction. Inhale up. Let's do this 2 more times. Left side. Right side. We don't think about how little we actually twist our spine throughout the day. We're driving, we're looking at a computer screen, we spend most of our time looking forward. But oh, does our body love it when we give a nice gentle stretch and twist. 1 more to the right. Might get a couple of pops back there, it's good. All right, inhale up, hands down by your side. Okay, now we're going to work on the hips a little bit, and as a plug for a future video, I'll let you know that we're going to do some hip opening stretches in future weeks, so do keep an eye on that. But you can work on hip openers while you're seated in a chair. So while most of us may cross our legs like this throughout the day, let's open things up a little bit and take that left ankle on top of our right knee. Keep that right foot flat on the ground, and let's do what's called a figure 4 stretch. You can imagine that figure 4 being made with your legs. We'll bring our hands and arms up, inhale, and then exhale, just tilting a little bit, hinging at the waist. Again, there are different levels of flexibility. My left hip is really tight, so it's all I can do to come down to about here. That's when I start to feel the stretch. We don't want to push it past that just subtle discomfort level into pain. Pain is never good. Let's just go to where we start to feel that, ooh, something's happening back here. If you want to reach your arms and hands forward and down, that's fine. Don't be surprised if you haven't done this in a long, long time, if ever. This can be just plenty. So let's all come to where it feels good for us. For me, that's about here. Just a few breaths. I often find as I'm breathing, with every exhale, I can go a little further, right? Good. Let's come up. Obviously, if you're doing this on your own without my guidance, you're more than welcome to take as long as you like in any of these stretches. I find that certain of them, I can't wait to get out, and some of them, I really want to stay. The irony is the ones you want to get out of are probably the ones you need the most. All right, so let's do our other side. Right ankle over left knee, foot flat on the ground. Inhale, arms up. And then exhale, coming down to our level of slight discomfort. Right side is a little more open for me, so I can come down a little bit more. Which side is more tense for you? If you start to feel the opposite glute come up off the chair, you're pushing it a little too far. Yeah, this is one I don't want to come out of. All right, inhale, let's come up. Hands and arms up. We'll come back to that seated position. Hands down on our thighs. Now we're going to do a couple of what's called eagle arm poses, and then we'll move into warriors on the chair. All right, inhale, arms up. Exhale, as we come down, I'll turn towards you so you can see. We're going to take our left arm and wrap it underneath the right and meet our palms together. Now, if your palms don't quite meet, that's okay. You can come like this, as close as you can, maybe in the future, working towards getting that full wrap. This is called our eagle arms. So when we do that, we're sitting straight, we're bringing our shoulders down away from our ears, and like looking directly at our hands. If that messes with your vision a little bit, I often like to move mine just slightly to the right. And we're going to inhale, stretch up, and on the exhale, come down. You'll feel this in the upper shoulders. Really, really great if you're at that keyboard all day. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, maybe arching just a little more back this time. Exhale down. Good. Let's unwrap, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Right arm under left, palms coming together. It's one of those pat your stomach and then, or circle your stomach, pat your head things. It's kind of hard to imagine until you do it, right? All right, here we are in eagle. We'll inhale, stretch back. Exhale, come down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. All right. We're going to finish with some warrior poses. If you're familiar with warrior poses, you might wonder how we're going to do that in a chair. So I'm going to turn my chair towards you. It's better for you to see this way. And I'll actually show you what we would do on the mat if we were in Warrior 2 and Reverse Warrior. So our warriors look like this. Knee is over ankle, front foot is straight towards the wall in front of you. Our back foot, if we were on a mat, it would be parallel to the mat, if not slightly angled toward the front of you. And then we lean into it to the extent that we're comfortable. We bring our arms out to a T and look over our right hand. This is Warrior 2. Reverse Warrior looks like this, where we stretch down, bring our right hand up and arch it over our face. So obviously that involves strength and balance, and might look a little awkward in an office situation, right, if you're trying to do that during the middle of the workday. So let's do it on the chair. From here, what we'll do is we'll sit all the way back and turn to the right so that our right knee is directly over and flush with the side of our chair. So we're already in that knee over ankle position. Bring our left leg back and do that same angling of the back foot parallel to your mat that's not there. Now we'll bring our arms out to a T and look over our right side. Shoulders are down. Bring your body even over your hips. Let's avoid this or this. And then imagine your arms are simultaneously lifting up but pressing down. You feel that tension. 2 breaths. Just a really good empowering move, right? You don't have to be standing to do it, but you definitely feel that strength and power coming into play. All right, let's reverse that now. Bringing our left arm down, just behind, if you can reach, your back knee, and then arching our right hand up and over. Really good stretch on the side. You'll find you're probably looking right at the eye of the elbow. 2 breaths. Good. We'll come out of that back to our seated position. It's actually a really good way just to check your alignment, even if you've been doing yoga for years and you want to kind of remind your body what that looks like in a more stable position. Just something to keep in mind. All right, let's come back to the left side of our chair. Left knee is flush to the side of our chair. and bring that right leg back. Already feel a stretch here, right? Inhale, arms up. Exhale to our T position. You may notice, even as you watch other yoga videos, your instructors are always checking their own form. No one is perfect. Everyone's adjusting. Everybody has strengths and challenges in their own body. So don't be afraid to check yours. This is not about perfection ever. Now let's reverse. Right arm down, left arm up. Good. Bonus move, if you'd like to try it in the future, is side angle pose, where we bring our left arm down and our right arm up and overhead for an added stretch on the side. You can do that on both sides if you like. I mentioned that because we'll be doing that on the mat in the future. All right, excellent, yogis. Come back to your seated position. Let's spend just a few moments in silence, a seated shavasana, right? We'll start now. All right, yogis, let's bring some motion into our fingers and toes. Roll those shoulders back, open your eyes, and thank yourself for giving yourself just a few moments to take care of you. Come back and visit this anytime you might need it, and after time you'll find you come to learn those poses and don't need this video at all. But in the meantime, I wish you well. I'll see you next week. Namaste.